Welcome to Acts of Kindness Stories. Today we bring you a tale of hope and courage. A story about a brave young boy named Ethan who, despite the overwhelming odds, refuses to give up on saving his beloved sister Sophie. In the face of her life-threatening illness, Ethan pours his heart into handwritten letters addressed to strangers with great means. Every word in his letters carries a plea not for himself, but for the chance to secure a treatment that might give Sophie a new tomorrow. One ordinary day, his heartfelt request takes an extraordinary turn when a renowned billionaire responds, not with fanfare, but with a blank check and a brief, poignant note that speaks of lost time and unspoken promises. This unexpected act of generosity sets in motion a journey filled with resilience, healing, and the power of kindness. Stay with us as we unfold this moving story, and discover how one sincere act can transform lives in ways we never imagined. Ethan's small fingers trembled as he carefully folded another letter, its paper crinkled from countless revisions and heartfelt doodles. In the dim light of their modest apartment, where a tired heater struggled to warm the air and metallic scents mingled with the chill, every stroke of his pen carried the weight of hope. Across the worn couch, his older sister Sophie slept under faded blankets, her fragile form a constant reminder of the treatment they desperately needed. Ethan's letters, each addressed to a different wealthy stranger, were not pleas for toys or trivial favors but urgent appeals for a miracle that could change Sophie's fate. Every letter began with the same sincere introduction. "Hi, my name is Ethan. I'm 9 and I need help for my sister." But he added unique touches to each note, sharing little stories of their life. A memory of Sophie's infectious laugh when she made grilled cheese with pickles, or a sketch of the two of them embarking on imaginary adventures. In a way, these letters were more than requests. They were fragments of a life that, despite hardship, overflowed with humor, love, and resilience. One crisp evening, as the streetlights cast long shadows on the pavement and the world outside seemed to hold its breath, Ethan sealed an envelope addressed to a reclusive billionaire. The man behind the name Dominic Blackwell was known as much for his relentless business acumen as for his distant, almost robotic lifestyle. Yet, something in Ethan's careful handwriting and earnest drawings, little superheroes, caped animals, and even a quirky robot labeled Hope Machine 5000, seemed to beckon a forgotten tenderness. Ethan's pen had recorded his wish, just enough funds for a treatment that might give Sophie a chance at life. He pressed the envelope to his chest for a moment before slipping out into the cool night, his steps echoing with both determination and vulnerability. Back in a towering glass-walled penthouse high above the city, Dominic Blackwell was preparing for another long night of business. His world was one of calculated moves and relentless efficiency, a realm where personal connections were measured in profit margins rather than heartfelt moments. That night, however, as he sifted through a stack of routine correspondence, one envelope made him pause. It was unassuming, lacking any return address, its cover marked only with Ethan's name in a clear, childlike script. Inside, he found not only the impassioned letter but also a blank check accompanied by a brief note scrawled in neat ink. "For the years I missed." Dominic's reaction was immediate and profound. Despite decades of distance and carefully maintained barriers, the letter stirred memories of a life once shared. A daughter, a promise, moments lost in the pursuit of power. With a quiet urgency, he set in motion a series of inquiries. A discreet background check confirmed a truth he had long evaded. Ethan was not just a faceless plea from an anonymous child. He was his own flesh and blood, a son he never knew existed, born of a past filled with both love and regret. In the following days, as hospitals buzzed with the steady hum of machines and the quiet determination of medical staff, Dominic began to visit the hospital. He chose not to announce his presence. Instead, he slipped quietly into the sterile corridors, drawn by a force he had long suppressed. Each visit to Sophie's room was a lesson in humility and redemption. He would stand in the background, listening to the soft murmur of nurses, watching as Sophie's fragile spirit battled illness with a bravery that belied her tender age. Sometimes he would pause at the window, his gaze fixed on the lively city below, a reminder of all the years spent isolated from the human warmth he now craved. Ethan, even in the midst of uncertainty and fragile hope, continued his routine of writing letters. When he learned that a check had been sent to help with Sophie's treatment, he did not immediately grasp the full magnitude of it. Instead, he added another update in his next letter, a playful drawing of a superhero duo accompanied by a scribbled note of thanks, written with the hope that one day his words might bridge the gap between him and the mysterious benefactor. Every time he saw the blank check or read the simple, poignant message, he felt an unspoken connection stirring, a bond forged through shared loss and the possibility of a better future. Dominic's transformation was as gradual as it was dramatic. Once defined solely by cold corporate strategies and the pursuit of wealth, he found himself letting down his guard as he observed Ethan's innocence and resilience. In quiet moments between bustling board meetings and relentless business decisions, Dominic would review Ethan's letters, each one a testament to a child's unyielding hope. He began to question everything he had built, recognizing that in his relentless quest to control every aspect of his life, he had missed the most precious parts of being human. The laughter shared over a silly drawing, the unspoken comfort of a hand held in the dark, and the quiet courage found in facing life's unpredictable turns. As the days turned into weeks, the hospital room transformed from a place of despair into a sanctuary of hope and tentative recovery. Medical staff marveled at Sophie's gradual improvement, her strength emerging in small victories. A restored smile, a playful comment, even a light-hearted tease about the eccentricities of the care team. Meanwhile, Dominic's visits became a cherished ritual. He and Ethan, despite their unspoken uncertainties, found common ground in shared moments of quiet humor. A game of cards that stretched into laughter, a conversation about the oddities of everyday life, and the simple pleasure of having someone there who understood the weight of lost time. Throughout this period, Dominic's internal struggle was palpable. Every word Ethan had written echoed in the corridors of his mind, urging him to reconcile with the years he had lost and the chance to build something meaningful in their place. He began to speak softly to Ethan, sharing memories of a life once intertwined with warmth and genuine connection, a life that, despite its missed milestones, still held the promise of a new beginning. In these exchanges, the boundaries between a distant benefactor and a desperate child blurred, replaced by a tentative but undeniable bond of family. Ethan's unwavering optimism, combined with the subtle guidance of a man forced to confront his own regrets, gradually mended the fractures of both their lives. Even as Sophie's treatment progressed with cautious promise and the uncertainties of experimental therapies loomed large, the true miracle unfolded in the quiet transformation of hearts. Dominic discovered that even in the midst of wealth and power, the simplest acts, a handwritten note, a sincere conversation, a shared laugh, could heal wounds that money alone could not. In this unfolding chapter of their lives, every day brought new lessons about resilience, forgiveness, and the quiet strength of human connection. The sterile hospital corridors, once echoing with the clinical hum of machines, became the backdrop for a story of renewal. A story where a boy's heartfelt pleas ignited a journey toward redemption for a man who had long forgotten what it meant to care. Their lives, now intertwined by fate and the relentless pursuit of hope, carried a promise that even in the darkest moments, kindness and honesty could pave the way for a future filled with the warmth of family, the courage to embrace vulnerability, and the belief that every lost year could be redeemed by the love shared in the moments that followed. In the final chapter of their journey, hope and renewal take center stage. The bond forged by Ethan's heartfelt letters and Dominic's unexpected choice transformed lives that had once been separated by silence and regret. With Sophie steadily recovering and Ethan's unwavering spirit lighting every day, Dominic embraced a role he never imagined, a father rediscovering the true meaning of love, compassion, and responsibility. Their days became filled with quiet victories, shared laughter over a simple card game, gentle conversations that mended old wounds, and small celebrations that affirmed a future worth fighting for. Each moment spoke of resilience and the incredible power of kindness to heal even the deepest losses. Their story shows us that despite hardship, every act of care can bridge the gaps left by time and sorrow. It reminds us that family isn't just about blood. It's about the warmth we share when we open our hearts to each other. As they continue to rebuild their lives, drawing strength from every honest smile and every tender word, their journey stands as a beacon for all who believe in second chances. Thank you for joining us on this emotional journey with Acts of Kindness stories. If you felt inspired by their tale, please like, share, and comment below. And don't forget to subscribe. Help us reach 10,000 subscribers so we can continue sharing stories that uplift and transform lives.